Greetings all, this is Angel Shade and welcome to the State of the Multiplayer report for Call of Duty 2 in 2016. So, Call of Duty 2. It came out in 2005, which means it's now 11 years old. So it probably means that its multiplayer scene is barely hanging on, much like the Call of Duty and United Offensive expansion of Call of Duty. Right? Well, in fact, wrong. This classic is more than hanging on. There's no lack of servers to play on, and most of them are populated. I would dare to say, in fact, some aspects of Call of Duty 2's multiplayer are holding on better than Ghosts and Advanced Warfare do. Why is that? Why is that though? What makes Call of Duty 2 in particular different from the first one? And what keeps it alive 11 years later? Well, for one, COD 2 is the game that defined our modern definition for a multiplayer FPS game. COD 1 and United Offensive were just making steps away from old-style shooters where you carried enough weaponry to single-handedly wage war against a medium-sized alien invasion, and you could run at the speeds of a race car. In first COD you still could carry two primary weapons, plus sidearm and grenades in a separate slot, and you still had an old-fashioned health system. COD 2, however, defined all the aspects of a multiplayer FPS we now consider standard. Two-weapon loadout, separate button for throwing grenades, simplified HUD, health regen, and hit indicators. While some of those things appeared in other games, COD 2 is the one that put it all together and formed it into the multiplayer experience that we all collectively both hate and love today. Again, I'm not going into the is it worth getting now debate, that's up to you. But I will say that if you get this game and you feel like playing online, you won't be in a struggle to find players. Though it's important to mention that the servers still running virtually all run some kind of a mod. This shouldn't be an issue for anyone since the mods are limited to just unlocking all guns for all players and ranking up system that allows you to carry more equipment as you rank up higher, and this resets for each battle. So more importantly, how does the gameplay hold up today? Well, not surprisingly, it takes little to no effort to get accustomed to it, since, like I said, it's the game that defined our modern FPS games, and apart from very minor differences, it plays just like the newer COD titles. This results in a very short adjustment period and you can quickly pick up the pace with other players. This game also has the best maps, at least that's what many claim. And considering how many of them got reworked for later games, it's not far from the truth. Gun balance in this game is legendary, even though it was the first game to also coin the term noob gun. Ironically, here referring to the most limited effect gun in the game, the trench gun or shotgun. Speaking of guns, many players stuck with this game for one particular weapon class, not COD since emulated so perfectly in later titles. That weapon class is the bolt-action rifle. The rifle gameplay is so smooth and engaging, many servers run the rifle-only policy. This was never achieved again in later titles, even when the option to remove scopes from sniper rifle was added. The combination of great map design, weapon balance and smooth gameplay is what made this game a legend, and a synonym for FPS multiplayer games in the popular culture. While I always loved the first COD, it was COD 2 that really hooked me in. And I'm happy to say that my melancholy was running 100% while playing the multiplayer matches after so many years. You know, screw what I said before, as far as I'm concerned, it's worth getting this game. It's a classic gem. It has a multiplayer scene that is very much alive and kicking, and it's fun. And considering the amount of innovation, or better to say, a lack of innovation in most newer additions to the franchise, this is one of the titles that actually works and performs well. Its graphics are great considering its age, gameplay is great, sound is great, and the gun balance is damn near perfect. In fact, I wish they did the gun balancing in new titles as well as it was in this game. I could keep adding on praise, but in the end I'm biased, because I was around when this game was new and shiny. But like I always say, a good game lives while a bad game dies, and this game not only defies death, it's showing death the finger and smacking it in the balls with its own dead dog. So if you get the chance and you're a fan of the franchise and too young too young to have tried it when it was new, then give it a spin. It will set you back 20 euros on your local equivalent on Steam, and there are ways of getting it cheaper. So that's about it for my look at the Call of Duty 2 multiplayer in 2016. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Angel Shade, thanks for watching, until the next video.